Welcome to 40 Below Zero, an international podcast about life with invisible illnesses, hosted by two guys living with multiple sclerosis. Coming to you from the Keystone State of Pennsylvania, I'm your co-host Nix, and with me on this ride is Terry, a Londoner who calls Ontario home. We're so happy you're here with us as we continue to try and normalize a life that is anything but. So let's get into it. Welcome back to the show, Warriors. We're glad you're all here. Terry, what are we talking about this week?
Man, what's going on? I think we should, I asked Chatbox or Chats, what is it? Chat GPT, AI, that crap.
Oh, Chat GPT.
Yeah, I asked it a few questions. One of the questions I asked him is, come up with 10 very odd, unconventional debate topics related to multiple sclerosis in USA versus Canada.
Wow. That's pretty specific. That's pretty awesome, but pretty specific.
Dude, it came up with 10 different topics, but it's really weird topics. They're
I bet.
unconventional.
That's what you asked. Chat
Right.
GPT. Why be creative when you can plagiarize a robot?
Dude, my volume is down. Thanks for letting me know. Here we
No
go. I'm
problem.
back.
Whoa, now you're yelling at me.
Awesome. All right. So the topic number one, we probably won't go through it. Okay. Well, I'm just going to tell you what topic number one is. And if you decide we should go and elaborate on it, let's do it. Number
Okay.
one, the impact of maple syrup consumption on MS progression. Is there a correlation between the high consumption of maple syrup in Canada and potentially slower disease progression or improved outcomes for individuals with MS? Dude, Chat GPT, this is what they asked.
I'm pretty sure you have a racist Chat GPT, sir.
Number two, let's go on. Let's go on. We don't have to answer these questions, but number two, the influence of hockey on MS prevalence. Is that the right word, bro? I hate when I can't pronounce the word. Anyway, the influence of hockey on MS. Does the popularity of ice hockey in Canada contribute to a higher incidence of MS compared to the USA, where the sport is less prevalent?
Huh.
Thank you.
That's very interesting topics it comes up with there.
Awesome. All right. Okay, number three.
Well, wait, let's not gloss over all these things, Terry.
Are we really going to talk about
Why
these?
not?
Are ridiculous questions. Unconventional indeed.
So let me get your opinion on the first one, the maple syrup. What do you think?
Okay,
Do you think it means a difference at all?
I'm going to tell you one thing I did as a kid. I grew up in the Middle East, and we didn't have Canadian maple syrup. The
Right.
maple syrup we had in the Middle East was Aunt Jemima.
Oh, okay.
Bro,
Gotcha.
I used to take this. You know what I'm talking about? That bottle?
I
And it
do.
used to be soft. I don't know if it's
Right.
still soft. It used to be squeezable. I used to take that, put it in my mouth, and squeeze the shit out of it.
And little did you know you were giving yourself MS the whole time.
I'm just saying, man. Or diabetes, but I don't have diabetes, so we're good.
Yeah, well, there's probably, I kind of feel like there's probably some medical advice to over consuming maple syrup just because of the sugar aspect of it. Um, it is suggested that people with MS reduce or eliminate to the best possible the best they can their sugar consumption.
Man, that's for everybody.
Right. So maybe, I think maple syrup would fall into that.
Why just another silly question from Terry. Why is this is not even MS related. Why is maple syrup? My coach, he's like, make sure you put maple syrup instead of sugar. Because but the natural maple syrup, dude, Aunt Jemima maple syrup and my natural one tastes the same.
Well,
Does it not?
it has more to do with the actual sugar in the product. Mass produced maple syrup is mostly sugar or high fructose corn syrup.
Almost the same taste, but okay.
Well, taste is one thing, but you're talking about a natural product out of a tree that's boiled and then, has a process versus here's all these chemicals that makes it taste like the maple syrup you wish it was.
It's still not healthy. There's still sugar in it, but hey, it's better than the Aunt Jemima.
Right.
Like,
And that's kind of all we hope for in society now. It's like, yeah, it's not great, but That's all we got. It's terrible.
It is terrible.
All right, what was
So
the second one? Hockey. We're hitting all the stereotypes now.
I don't want to talk about the hockey. That's so silly.
I don't
The
think that.
influence of hockey on MS, like
No,
because it's more popular here, they're saying, but it doesn't make sense.
no, I'm pretty sure that has
It
nothing
doesn't
to
make
do with it.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, number three.
But this is Chat GP. This is God right now. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. People are basing their
Number
lives
three.
on this.
Oh boy, you ready for number three? How's my volume? My volume good?
You're good. You're good.
Awesome. Okay, here we go. Number three. The role of poutine in MS symptom management. Can the consumption of poutine, a Canadian dish consisting of fries, cheese curds, and gravy, have any positive effect on MS symptoms or overall well-being?
Well, I think if you're Canadian who enjoys it, it probably
What?
elevates your mental state. It probably makes you happy.
Dude, this is nuts. I
That
can't
is
believe
nuts.
it actually came up with that, but it's unconventional. Amazing. I love
Wow.
ChatGPT. Maybe this
Uh,
will run our podcast.
yeah, well, let's do a couple of these. Wow. I don't know if I can well as a non-poutine consumer, I think I've only had it once in my life. I don't know. I don't think I'm equipped to answer
Bro,
that. Terry, what do you
that's what
think?
gave you MS.
The one time?
The one time. Then you had the optic neuritis. I'm just kidding,
Yeah.
man. That's not a joke. Okay.
So you
No,
tell me.
I barely had poutine in my life. I've had
Yeah,
it.
right.
You don't have the restaurant Harvey's, right? No. You have
No.
Hardee's, you have
Hardee's, yeah.
Arby's, but not Harvey's. It's it's like a burger place where they charbroil the burgers, so they're supposed to be better, whatever.
Gotcha.
But they have poutine there. Yeah, I've had my share of poutine from there, but it didn't give me MS and it didn't help me.
What else
I
is
have I
what
have many
else?
more, man. Yeah, oh yeah,
What?
I have many
Yeah, yeah.
more.
What else
Tell me
does
when to stop.
the computer
But
god got for
don't
us?
don't judge me. Don't
No,
whatever I
no, no, no.
say. Okay.
No.
Number
It's
four,
go ahead.
the connection between moose. Sorry, the connection between MS and moose sightings. Are there more reported sightings of moose in areas with higher MS? Man, this word again. I hate it. Pre- Prevalence. That's how you say it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez.
I'm
Okay. I'm okay. Hold on. Let me finish this.
no,
Are there
no.
more reported sightings of moose in areas with higher MS prevalence? And if so, could there be any underlying factors contributing to this correlation?
Wow.
So
Wow.
I've never seen a moose except for once when I was in Newfoundland. Never once ever did I see a moose again.
Wait, they don't roam freely everywhere up there?
No.
Oh,
Okay, you're joking. No, they don't. No,
wow.
not in Ontario. That's for sure.
I think oh man, it would be a stretch, but I think maybe because there's a prevalence of colder climate people who report, and who get diagnosed with MS, that
The,
maybe now,
ridiculous.
if you look all over the world, like we've talked to people from pretty far away from Canada, and they don't have moose sightings, and there's a lot of people with MS over there. So I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no on that one.
Yeah, okay, good. I'm pretty sure Germany doesn't have any moose. Do they?
I don't know.
No.
Never been.
Okay. The next one is based on your neck of the woods. You
Okay.
ready for this one? This one is ridiculous. The impact of Mount Rushmore on MS awareness. Does the presence of Mount Rushmore in the USA contribute to a greater awareness of MS compared to Canada? Potentially, potentially leading to better support and resources for individuals with a condition?
Wow. Wow.
I don't know what to say. That's your topic. Go, shoot.
That's not even close to where I live.
Okay.
Not even close. And if you look at if you look back on the history of Mount Rushmore, it was a tourist trap to get people to go out to there. So, wow.
No comments.
No, no, yeah, no, that had nothing to do with it. I'm gonna
All
say
right.
no.
You want me to continue?
Yo, this is Terry. I think our listeners are having a blast now. I'm
We
having
got
fun.
till 10, and we're on number six. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. The influence of curling on MS symptom management. Can participating in the sport of curling, which is popular in Canada, have any therapeutic benefits and positive impact on MS symptoms. Never curled in my life, nor will I ever.
I'm gonna say it might. I'm gonna say maybe yes
You,
because you're active, you're up, you're moving. It's a physical
okay.
activity.
All right. All
And
right. So the
I'm sure, although I have not seen it, I'm sure
yeah.
there is a Paralympic version of curling. I'm sure there is.
Oh, for sure. If there's
There has to
sledge
be.
hockey, have you heard of
Yeah.
sledge hockey and stuff?
No.
Oh,
What's that?
it's when you're on a little thing. You're obviously your legs don't work, but you still need core balance. But your legs don't
Oh,
work, so you're not
okay.
actual, you're on a sledge, I guess.
What the heck is a sledge, Terry?
Bro, I don't know. I don't even know if that's a word. It's
You're just
sledge
making
hockey.
now you're just making stuff up.
It's no, but there's an actual thing called sledge hockey. People have heard of it. And
Okay.
actually, we will grab this friend of mine on Instagram who does it.
Okay.
She's
Let's have her on.
an
Oh, I need to know now.
amputee that does sledge hockey, which is really cool. Yeah, for sure. All right,
Uh,
number 7. Unless you're not done talking about curling.
no, I think it has I think it does it gives people who are into that sport, whether you're diagnosed with anything or not. I say yes. I'm gonna say yes.
You'll find number 7 interesting because
These are mind blowing, Terry.
the correlation between MS prevalence and UFO sightings.
Oh yeah, well that's where it came from. That's how we got it. So
Is there any connection between the areas with higher rates of MS and increased number of reported UFO sightings, suggesting a potential extraterrestrial influence? Dude, I'm on board. I am
I'm gonna
on
say
board.
yeah. It's alien DNA. That's the problem.
Bro, I'm
It's
not even gonna.
100% yes. Now wait, was that a question for me?
There's no question. Yo, this is
No, I
for
meant
both of
like, is
us.
that a US question or is that a Canadian question?
It didn't even state US
No.
or Canada.
Well,
Yeah.
because we have Roswell, so
Uh, but we have more MS than you. So
yeah, maybe you are all aliens.
sorry, bro. We have the power. Okay, so number 8. Are we done with this one? Good. Number 8, the role of beaver habitats in MS research. Can studying the behavior and habitats of beavers in Canada provide valuable insights into MS research and potential treatment options? Yo, man.
I will say this. Possibly, possibly yes is my answer because I just got offered to apply for a research study involving ketamine
Okay.
to help with MS symptoms. And this is through the MS Society uh, and Johns Hopkins University, I think, down in Baltimore. So if they're studying the effects of horse tranquilizer on MS patients, then uh, if I'll say this, if someone can study beaver dams and can get something out of it, then
Yeah.
yeah, if it can help, sure, let's go study.
Do you think scientists go into Chat GP and ask these questions, and then this comes up, and they're like, "All right, guys, we need to do some research on beavers." It They might have a point here.
They might.
Okay. All
They
right.
might. That's the way of the world now, right?
I think we are losing listeners. Okay. Number 9 is ridiculous. Number 10 is even more ridiculous. I'm really
Perfect.
worried.
Perfect.
Okay,
Let's
perfect.
go.
Number 9, the impact of Mounties on MS support services. Do the presence of Royal Canadian Mounted Police, Mounties, in Canada contribute to better access to support services and resources for individuals with MS compared to the USA?
Well, we have zero of them down here, so they don't help us. Terry, do you ever call wait, what is it? It's 911 here. What is it? 999 up there?
No, bro.
What is it? 911?
I'm just gonna let a few people laugh right now. Okay, we're done. It's also 911.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
999, I think, is the UK.
It's Europe. Yeah, it's Europe. I didn't know.
Yo, we're in the same um, continent as you. Man, I had a
Well,
brain fart there.
according to our earlier question, you're not even from the same planet. You got that
Dude,
alien MS DNA.
no, we're all from Earth, but the aliens created our side of the planet.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So I'm gonna no is my answer. The Mounties don't help me down here. How about you? Do you ever
Dude,
call 911 and said I need help with my MS?
no, that's not what it's saying. It's
Send
saying
me
the
the
presence.
RCMP.
It's saying the presence. Just
All
knowing
right.
that they're there supports us.
Did I? So I'll ask you this question, Terry.
Yeah, sure.
Uh, were you ever having a bad day symptomatically where you were like, you know what? I need a Mountie to fix this?
No, but I'm sure I've had a bad day and I'm watching YouTube and I've seen a video of a Mountie falling and it made me laugh. And I'm like, that's what I needed. Nothing against Mounties. I love police. I'm not.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, this is a good one, Terry. We're coming back strong.
We have one more. Of course, it had to. By the way, chat ended it with remember, these topics are meant to be lighthearted and whimsical, encouraging imaginative discussions. While they may not be grounded in scientific evidence, they can
You,
provide a fun and unconventional approach to comparing MS in the USA and Canada.
you
Well
don't,
done, chat.
yeah, good effort, sir.
Well done. Number 10 to end
Number
it.
10. Go ahead. What do we got?
The connection between MS and maple leaf symbolism. Is there any significance to the presence of the maple leaf symbol in Canada? And could it have any tangible effects on MS outcomes or awareness? Ridiculous.
That's such a
Ridiculous.
stretch. To me, Chat GPT gives answers like a third grader trying to do a book report who didn't read the book. That's what it sounds like.
It's unconventional. They're doing a good job with the
It's
question
like
I asked.
it's like if the kid goes up and it's like, give your book report. And he's like, oh, I read The Giving Tree. It's about a tree that gives. It's like, thanks.
Yeah, precisely, actually. I mean, I'm not gonna. I had another question for it, and it came up with different topics as well, but that'll be for another day.
No,
But
no, no.
there,
We got to keep going. I'm in
oh
it to
my
win it now, Terry. This is
god.
fantastic.
So I asked it, but without the USA Canada. I said, come up with 10 very odd topics regarding MS.
Well, wait, you didn't
So,
answer the Maple Leaf thing. What do you think?
oh, are we actually gonna do that? Jeez.
Yeah.
All of them, no. I think you said yes to the beaver.
Yeah, it could be possible. You don't know.
No, to the curling. You said yes to the
No, yes to
curling.
the curling. Yes. It's an
I,
exercise.
I think these are funny topics, and it just, again, like it says, lighthearted,
Yeah.
unconventional, no scientific, correlation. There's no. All these are garbage, or garbage, if you want to say it more classy.
Except for the maybe the reducing of the sugar thing.
Oh man, that's for everybody.
Yeah.
It did. First of all, it didn't say reducing of the sugar thing.
Right.
It was talking about maple syrup. That's number one.
Right.
Is there a correlation between the higher oh well, yeah, the higher consumption of
Higher
maple syrup?
consumption. I'm gonna say that one's a yes. The 1 out of 10. That's pretty
So
good.
you've never had maple syrup?
I love maple syrup, sir.
Do you think it's more induced in Canada? Is
Uh,
that even the right word? Jesus, my MS is so gone.
I
Oh,
think that well, it it's a lot of it comes from up there. It's like, you know, do you drink more of it because more of it's around? I don't think so.
no, I don't think so.
So, but
People say,
I think if you drink a lot of it and you have MS, then it probably won't help.
have you had Canadian maple syrup?
Probably in my lifetime, sure. I mean, imported, of course, but
I don't know what to say. I've never until now recently, like I have Canadian maple syrup, but
huh.
once again, Aunt Jemima, same shit to me.
Yeah, I get that. They do
Yeah,
they do a really good job with faking it.
baking it or baking
Yeah,
it.
faking, making
Oh,
fake, you know, Canadian
yeah,
maple syrup.
yeah.
All right, so we finished those 10.
Yes, we did.
We have thoroughly lost 50% of the people listening because of ChatGPT's racism towards Canada.
What do you mean? There's some USA racism too.
The
Mount
it was
Rushmore.
yeah, but it was harder on Canada
Yes, it was. What's up with you, chat?
because it's based in California. That's why.
Maybe because I said in Canada
Yeah,
versus USA.
gotcha.
I don't know. Whatever.
Well, like it is a US based company, so
That's true. No.
What else you got for me? What's the next thing
Man,
you asked?
we're not going to go through all of these, but I let's just see what it comes up with. How about that? I asked, come up with 10 different debate topics regarding. Oh, no, no, this is another one that's not that funny. Here we go.
Let's have a debate, Terry.
All right, okay. Number one, it's just, generic stuff. The role of diet and nutrition in managing MS symptoms. Should specific dietary interventions be recommended as part? I'm not even finishing that. Like,
Yeah, that's kind of an obvious.
it should be, okay, you have MS. The doctor you tells you you're diagnosed with MS, should be like, all right, what meds are you going to go on? Or if you decide to go on meds,
Right.
and what are we going to do about your nutrition? Why
Yeah.
is nutrition like up to you? Good luck. No, it should be a prescription of being. Uh, do you
I
get what I'm
don't,
saying?
yeah, I do. And I don't know if it counts as diet, but after I got out of the hospital after receiving my diagnosis, the first time I had visited with my neurologist, one of the very first thing he said to me was, uh, you have to quit smoking right now. Like, stop. So I don't know if that counts as nutrition, but I'm just saying, health wise, that was really what the thing that I got. I didn't get, stop your sugars. I didn't get stop any of that stuff. It was like, you have to quit smoking now.
And whatever he thought in his mind that priority was.
Right.
He thought
Right.
the priority is quit smoking. But I'm a believer that people can smoke for 50 years. I don't smoke, but people
Right.
can smoke for 50 years and their lungs are probably cleaner than my lungs. It's just the way
Everyone's
our
different.
body and everyone believes in different things.
Hmm.
So the
Yeah.
doctor said quit smoking instead of now you got to get your nutrition
Right. That was
on
pretty much the
par.
only, you know,
Yeah.
non-medicine advice I got right away.
Yeah. So
So,
did you quit smoking?
uh, 4 years later, I think it was 4 or 5 years later.
I do know that. You did tell me that in another
Yeah.
episode. I just wanted to remind everyone. Cool, man. Good for you.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you want to do another one just for fun?
Of
Let's
course.
go. These are now serious. These are good questions
All right.
that they're asking.
Let me get my let me get my serious voice. Okay, go ahead, Terry.
Awesome. Good. Okay. The use of disease modifying therapies in early stage MS. Should DMTs be prescribed immediately after an MS diagnosis, or should treatment be delayed until symptoms worsen?
You go first, Terry.
Wow.
It's-
Again, it
That's
depends on the doctor and what he thinks.
that's a very that's
Um,
a very personal answer. So, but you can ask 100 people and get 100 different answers on that. So did you? I'll ask you directly, Terry. Did you start a DMT after receiving your diagnosis?
Whatever the doctor told me to do, I did.
Gotcha.
So yes, yes, I did. Now thinking about it, I probably still would.
Mhm. Right.
Uh, I don't know, man. That's a loaded question because now I know a lot of people and I know a lot of information, but in the beginning I knew nothing.
Right.
So the doctor was like, "You need to go on this, or you're going to be in a wheelchair or whatnot," you know. So I'm like,
He really
"Okay,
said that to you?
yeah, he did."
Wow.
But he did. It's a long story, man. He actually told me you need to go on Avanex. I did. Then I went on Rebif, and then after that, I'm like, I don't want anything. It's not working. He's like, you need to go on something, or you're gonna be in a wheelchair. So I ended up doing that whole chemo, and then
Oh yeah, right.
I still
Right.
ended up in a wheelchair. So, and that's what I'm gonna tell you. Is if you went on a DMT, as soon as you got diagnosed and you went on a DMT,
Hmm.
what if five? Because it's not 100%, right? You can
Right.
still get attacks because
Right.
there's that chance. What if you're on a DMT and then you get hit with another attack and you symptom, whatever,
That was
within
me.
months?
That was me.
Dude,
I was
while you're
on
on a DMT,
yeah, I was on Copaxone and uh I was on Copaxone, and about 6 months later, I had another, not even 6 months later, I had a flare up that was so bad that it went back into the hospital for my eyesight to get corrected or to get, the flare up treated, get my steroids, whatever. Um, so I've been on a version. I've been on a DMT since I got diagnosed, and all of my flare-ups have occurred while I was on a DMT.
What's your thoughts on that?
My
Are you
thoughts
like it could
are
have been worse?
yes, my thoughts are exactly if I wasn't on a DMT, I would not be having only one or two flare-ups a year. I'd be having more. That's my thought. Um, I'm happy that it got prescribed right away. I'm happy I had the option to say no and decided to go on it. But knowing what I know now, I would suggest to the doctors if I went back there, I was 33, which our listeners know. But if I was 33 again, I would tell the 33-year-old me, take the heaviest drug that's available right now. Don't start at Copaxone. Just go as hard as you can with it. And I'm glad they're doing that now. I really am, or suggesting it for people. So yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's a choice. Everyone.
Mm.
This is where we say the disclaimer that everyone needs to talk to their doctor and make their decision. But this is
Make
just what we went through.
and the doctor will give his opinion.
Yep.
And
Just it's tough. It's a roll of the dice.
by the way, I didn't tell you that I just saw my neurologist. I didn't
Oh
see him.
yeah.
Sorry, sorry. They called. I had a phone appointment, and I talked to. I don't know what to call her. I don't want to say assistant,
Okay.
but you know how they help the neurologist. They do
Mm-hmm.
the introduction, and they saw the MRI, and I do have a medium to large lesion that's new in my brain,
Okay.
and which is I'm not surprised about. I mean, I haven't had an MRI in 10 years, and I was thinking that I had a lot more activity happening.
Right.
So they said it is active, the medium to large lesion in my brain. And I'm like, okay. And so that's why they want to put me on a DMT, and they've decided which DMT to put me on.
And
Ocrevus.
hey,
I guess
welcome to the club.
it was either Ocrevus or Kesimpta.
Yep.
I was pushing for Kesimpta, but he let me know that Ocrevus narrows down to a specific white blood cell.
Yep.
You know how it's the whole white blood cells, but
Yep.
Kesimpta goes another direction with the white blood cells, and Ocrevus goes. And because I'm still progressing, they
Mm-hmm.
think, because I'm in a chair and because there's the active lesion, he suggested Ocrevus will be better for you.
Perfect, man. That's great. That's
So
great to hear, dude. I'm happy
thanks,
for you.
bro. I already got my
Happy
blood
for you.
work,
I can't
and
wait to
yeah,
see photos and whatever else you want to share on the 40 Below Instagram or your Instagram or whatever. I'm excited.
cool, for sure,
Oh, we'll have
for
to
sure.
line up. We'll have to line up our infusion days so we can take this show on the
Was,
road.
bro, I was gonna say that. When he's like, "When do you want to start?" I'm gonna be like, "Yo, when's the next one?"
July.
I, yeah, it'll probably take that long, bro. I have to get so many injections. I
Yes.
have to get like the shingles shots. I gotta update my mumps, my lumps, my humps. I don't know what the hell. And I'm like, I'm not looking
Yeah.
for this, forward to this, but okay, let's do it.
Oh, maybe we could do it. Maybe we'll just go live
Yeah, that'd be
while
really
we're both.
crazy.
My my infusion center wouldn't care. I've been going there for my almost my whole time, so I know. Christ, I've been there longer than some of the nurses.
When did you start Archivist?
4 years ago.
Oh, okay.
But before that, I had Tysabri for 5 years.
Same spot?
Yes, same
Oh, no
infusion
way.
center. Yep.
Cool, cool,
Yep.
cool.
Yep. Well, it's
Hi.
you get comfortable with the nurse and the docs and that. You get used to the people, so
And they become your family. I know it sounds
yeah.
weird, but
And it's a little bit of superstition too, because you're like, hey, if I did all these things and I had a good outcome, I'm gonna do them again, and that's kind of how I've been going. There was only one
yeah.
time, there was only one infusion that did not go well. Um, it was so Ocrevus, they told you they break it up. The first dose is broken into two doses. It was during the second dose of my first dose, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
They the amount of Benadryl they gave me that was prescribed and ordered correctly, everything was right, but it was too much. So
Okay.
I had too high a dose of Benadryl in my system. So I got really my sleep I got really sloppy high. And I don't know how else to describe it. I got like I was slurring my words. I couldn't keep my eyes open. I was leaning over and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm ready for I'm gonna get my
So
drugs now."
let me just write this down. How much dosage did you take for that to
I
happen?
I think it was
I'm just
10
kidding, man.
I want to say 10. I don't know. It was like almost double the amount that I should have.
So that's how I can legally get high,
Yeah, it's that hospital Benadryl. It'll get you every
eh?
time.
Oh, it's the hospital bed. I don't even know what that
Yeah.
is.
I don't know. I don't know what it is either, but it's not the over the counter stuff, man. But yeah, I had that and
Good to know.
they had to hit me with one like one I don't even know. I don't want to say it wrong because then the nurses will light us up in the chat that I said it wrong, but it was like 1 cc of adrenaline. They hit me with like straight adrenaline to wake me up from the Benadryl.
How did they give it to you?
They
Like
injected it
in the oh, okay, okay.
into the IV, not into the arm.
That's
They
some real deal Benadryl. Yeah.
yeah. And then they hit me with that adrenaline and it woke me up like, oh my God. I was like, I'm awake. You want to start a band? You want to go for a run? I could go for a hike. Could you go for a hike? I'm walking. Let's go. I was like,
But they also give you prednisone, right?
yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. So,
Hmm.
but that was the only experience and that was fine.
He told me that it's only during the infusion that these symptoms might happen.
Right. Yeah.
It's not because I'm like, what could happen in Ocrevus? He's like, it's only during their infusions that these
Yeah.
usually happen, like the whole bumps or
Yeah.
the
Yep.
red bumps, whatever you
Yep.
call them,
The rash,
hives,
the
the
rash,
hives, and
the
whatever.
injection site reaction.
Yeah.
And it really happens right away. So it's not like, oh, this is my fifth version. You know, I'm 4 years in and it has never happened. So it's either gonna happen or it's not gonna happen, as far as
Cool.
I know. So I wouldn't worry too much. It's pretty
Cool.
proven drug at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice, dude. That's good to hear.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah. It's been long overdue, man.
Eh,
Long overdue.
you get to it when you get
Years.
to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the next debate topic?
The next debate topic. Okay. Um, oh my God, this is very textbook stuff.
Hmm.
I'm just reading through them, see which one I can get to. That's interesting. The role of technology in managing MS. How can technology such as mobile apps, wearable devices, or telemedicine improve the management and monitoring of MS symptoms?
Okay. That's an easy one, I think.
I feel it's always important to have a journal
Hmm.
because I know it's silly, but like it comes to the technology aspect because a lot of these are apps you use to jot down what's happening and
Yep.
just like the wearable devices to see how many steps you did. Um, but you need to have a journal because it happens to me all the time where I'm getting this weird symptom and I'm like, why am I getting this? I'm on routine with everything I do. Why is my bowels, why
Right.
is it not regular? Whatever. And then, if I look through the journal, oh, yesterday I had a whole pizza. I'm just giving you examples, like,
I know. I get it. I know.
and there's so many times when I'm like, what did I do? What did I do? If only I wrote down what I had, what it would help. But at the same time, it's just so inconvenient, man, to go to a journal, to sit down and write it down, especially when your hands are nummy.
Yeah. Well, that's where the technology could come in because e- everybody's everybody's smartphone has text to speech or speech to text. So I do it all the time. I go into my notes and I just hit the microphone button and I just start talking. And like you, I have to track lots of things because I want to tell myself that I'm going to remember it. I know that I'm like, oh yeah, I'll remember all that stuff. And then I go to my doctor's appointment, my twice a year. I go six to my 6 month appointment and I'm like, he's like, oh, so how's the last 6 months been? And everything goes from my memory. I don't remember anything. I'm like, shit.
You go alone to the doctor.
No, not always, but
So
sometimes, yeah.
when I was on the phone talking to them,
Right.
the lady asked me, Um, it's same thing as you. And sometimes I'm like, oh, great, nothing, everything is fine. And then
Right.
Katrina would be like, what are you talking about? You just, I'm like, oh, my bad, my bad. Yes, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
But the nurse, I'm gonna call her nurse. I don't know what her title is. It's rude of me, but she said to me, so have you had any falls lately? Katrina and I looked at each other. No, no, actually, no falls. I was so proud because usually
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, one, two, not a big deal. Like they're, slow falls. So yeah, it was so that's the good news, man. No falls.
Wow.
I'm
That is
just
good
taking it.
news. You're just full of good news today.
Oh, I'm in a good mood.
We should talk more, Terry. Um, but yeah, I think all that tech
Yeah,
is important. I think the wearables are important. I mean, it's just like the tools we talk about. Whatever tool can help you, you should use it.
of
You
course.
know? I don't I don't do the wearables because I would never use them. But I definitely journal all my stuff. I have used apps that track things. Um, but I found it easier just to go, yeah, there you go. There's your watch. Is that
This one was given to me, not given to me, sorry. When I bought the smart drive for my chair,
oh yeah, okay.
this watch came with it. And this watch doesn't measure your steps, but more of the pushes.
I I
Because,
I didn't want to state the obvious, Terry, but I was gonna ask how your step tracker works when you're in the chair. But
dude, that's
I didn't
okay.
know. I didn't know if there might have been a way.
So, and I'm like, wow, I love this. This is why I keep the watch. I'm like, but I don't use it,
Plus, it looks
you
like
know?
the digits are like the numbers are really big,
Yeah,
easy to
I
read.
set it up like that for
Yeah,
me to read it
see?
easily. It could be the hand, whatever. It's just the face. But yeah, because I'm thinking this is not fair. There's all these why are you laughing?
Because that's the sound clip. The sound clip for the reel that you're gonna make out of this one is me asking you about how your step counter works.
Be careful what you say, for sure. I was really excited, man, because I would have been complaining, like, how come they don't make a watch for us cripple? It's
Right,
all about the steps.
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
went to a
cool.
CBT course where all they were talking about was walking. And in the CBT course, I was trying to practice my CBT because they were pissing me off.
Yeah.
So like when you're rushed or when you're stressed, just stand up, take a deep breath, go outside for a walk. Like you
Run around for a while.
take a hike, take your dog outside.
Uh,
Yeah,
good intentions on that one. No,
for sure. For sure. That's my next project. I'm gonna create CBT course for those who are dealing with incurable
there you go.
autoimmune illnesses. Yeah, no, I'm serious. That's a great project.
Wow, that is a great project, Terry.
Yep.
Ooh, we were talking about projects this year.
Mm. We got a lot on our plate, man. I still got to travel everywhere. I got to do this and that.
Yeah.
Don't stress me out right now.
Uh, I'm not stressing you out.
Yeah.
All right.
So what else?
You tell me what's on that sheet of yours.
Oh my God, I put it away. Don't let me.
Why? Terry, it's
Here, here. One
the whole
more. One
show. It's
more.
the whole
One more.
show.
One more, and then we're done. The importance of raising awareness and reducing stigma around MS. How can society better understand and support individuals with MS, and what can be done in combat? Man, I don't like that at all. Okay, scratch that.
Well,
I'm gonna read.
you can listen to 40 Below Zero.
Scratch that. Yeah, I mean, not bad questions. It's just the way you ask the questions
Yeah.
to GPT. Cool,
Well, we're doing our part for awareness, right?
for sure, man. Seriously,
I don't know.
seriously.
I feel like at some point, listen, clearly I'm okay with repeatedly talking about me and my MS journey with you and anybody who wants to listen to me. I'll say it a million times. even to educate people who have no idea. But I feel like at some point I get it. Do you get a little do you get like burned out at all for like trying to feel like your whole thing is awareness, awareness, awareness? Because I know I do. I love it, and it's I'm in it. And now with the MS Society, that's what they want me to help with. Clearly, that's kind of the whole kind of the thing. But do you ever get burned out?
Not
And just
really. I
and
think I do
no,
it more naturally, right? Like we're doing this podcast, this is awareness. This is why I run a group like once every 2 weeks, once a month, the support group. That's my way of doing the whole awareness. Not
right?
really, because it's not the public, if you think about it. It's only two MSers, I know. So I do not.
No, I
I
do
do
from
not.
time to time. But then I remind myself that not not everyone has the ability to be open and to talk about it and to do that. And because I do, then I should. And then I kind of get myself back into it again. But it was nice to take that break like we did.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. Um, it's funny because by us being vulnerable, I think that spreads enough because a lot of MSers will not be vulnerable to the public.
Sure.
So you don't know what they're going through. I I've talked to you last episode. I'm watching that show Push,
Right.
and I I love being because she pisses herself right on TV. I'm sorry, I know that's very vulgar the way I say it, but she had to pee, so she pees herself. And the way she explains it, dude, I go through that a lot, and she does it right on TV like it's all casual. That's awareness, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Slowly, slowly, that's awareness.
Yeah. Man, I am definitely envious of some of the programming that you have up there, like Push and like the makeover show that I can't think of now, and that's horrible because she's an awesome lady.
With Ardra.
Yes, thank you. Jesus, sorry, Ardra.
Yeah, she's great.
Um, like we just don't have that kind of stuff down here. So hopefully it catches on. I would like
Mm,
to see, here's what I would like to see. I would like to see a bachelor or a bachelorette. You familiar with those shows?
of course.
What are you part of the Bachelor Nation, Terry?
No, 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 I'm not. I don't watch it, but of course I
Why
know it. Who
I,
doesn't?
I am because Kit
Okay,
watches it,
okay,
so I watch it
that's
with
fine.
her.
That's fine.
I think they're hilarious in how petty they are and how they're like, I love it when they say, "Oh, we've been through so much together." And it's like, really? You guys were on vacation for a week in places that you could never afford to go again in your lives, but it, you're having a tough time. I'm like, oh, okay. But I would love to see a bachelor or a bachelorette who we can even start easy, just, has the mobility aid like a cane. We can just start there. That's fine. I mean, I'm not saying
Oh,
we jump right into the power chair realm.
so the Bachelor or Bachelorette is based on one guy or one girl who's very good looking, and then there's 10 other people. Okay, right? They're all good
Yeah.
looking.
Yes.
Maybe it's the whole being a disabled is hard to have a good looking disabled. I don't know, man. Maybe the whole,
I don't know. I'm pretty good looking, Terry.
bro, I'm not, maybe the whole Kane aspect on TV.
Exactly.
I don't know.
We can even start lower than that. We can say let's just have a contestant who doesn't
Okay.
even have to make it to the end with a cane
So
or
scripted.
yes, have a
Just
plant
to
in there just
yeah,
to
yeah.
start it, just to get it going. It doesn't hurt anybody except for maybe that person's feelings, because they're really excited to be on The Bachelor. But you know very well that it says right at the end that the producers have say in who makes it. It's definitely not,
Yeah.
it's not real. Everybody knows reality TV is not real.
What about Love Island? Have you seen that show?
Yeah.
I watch Love Island. I think that's funny as hell.
So, let's it like I said, it doesn't have to be a winner. It doesn't have to be The Bachelor or Bachelorette. Although I think that would be amazing.
It'd be
I would s-
cool if
I would watch that show.
I went on to Big Brother.
It would be cool.
That's the kind of show I like.
Even that.
Big
Now,
Brother Handicap Edition or Wheelie
yeah,
Edition, whatever.
yeah. Or just not even a special edition at all. Just Terry's on Big Brother. That's all.
No, because the whole house would have to be equipped just for Terry, even though there's other people there.
And
Ah.
I guess it wouldn't be fair if they could walk upstairs and talk about you and you had no way to get up there. That might not work out.
It would not work out. No. And everyone would feel sorry for me and no one would kick me out.
Right. Then you'd
They'd
win.
like, they'd
Now,
keep me to the last two just to be like, there you go.
I will say that it would probably be really difficult to have someone with mobility issues on Survivor. That might be a little tough, especially doing all those challenges.
The only way it would work is if everybody was disabled in the same kind of way, like
Yeah,
in a wheelchair, or
yeah.
so they make it the whole thing is around that.
That would be super interesting to watch.
I would not do Survivor, even if there was a handicap
You wouldn't
edition.
go to you know what I would absolutely do Survivor and I'll tell you why.
Why?
They Survivor does not let you leave when you get kicked off. You just go to the other side of the island and you hang out in a hotel. So I think it's 39 or 40 days is Survivor. So if you get kicked off day one, you got 38 days to hang out in Bali or
Yeah,
wherever they are.
I don't know that. Cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, it sucks because you lost, but you get a free vacation, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
but some of these guys, don't they miss being at home, or
yeah, I mean, yes.
so they want to leave early. They're like, I'm done. But they're forced to stay for 30 days, 40 days.
I don't know 100%. I think there's exceptions. I think maybe
Mhm.
early people go home and, middle and later people definitely stay. But yeah, they can't have you going home because if you go home, then you can say, "Oh yeah, I got kicked off day one." Then it ruins the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
So,
agree with that. Like they're not allowed to say anything till the
mhm.
end of the show, for sure.
So here we're doing big things. We're putting ideas out into the universe for shows. And I did speak with friend of the show, Brian Sosha, last
Nice.
night, and I did tell him that Terry and I were going to have a big announcement regarding the bare knuckle wheelchair fighting league.
I'm down.
But I don't think people with mobility aids are well represented in the combat sports.
So if we were to box, would you be able to knock me out of my wheelchair? Is that how it would work?
I I
Or if you
guess
knocked me out, would I just be slanted on my wheelchair?
yeah, I guess I never thought of that. Either I'd hit you so hard you'd fall over backwards or you just fall down. Huh. We have a lot to work out. We have a lot to
That's
work out, Terry.
crazy, man. And there's no body shots, just headshots. How would
Could
you
you even
punch me?
reach? Could you even reach? We have to like pull side by side and start swinging.
Probably. That's how I hug people on the side.
Yeah,
They come beside and I give them a hug.
we can only
You know
say
what?
all this because it's gonna be us doing it.
I'm gonna Google wheelchair boxing after this, and I'll talk to you
You should
after what I found.
you should Google it right now.
Man, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, come on. If we're the first ones with this idea, we got to patent it. We got to get the copyright or whatever.
No, as soon as we say it, someone patented it already.
Yeah.
Yes, there is wheelchair boxing. Two athletes demonstrate wheelchair boxing or adaptive boxing for the ABO at the
Okay.
Fitzroy Lodge in Lambeth.
So we're not that creative. We're
And
not
that
that
was
original.
5 years ago. All around champion. Oh my God. Dude,
Well,
season five. Okay.
take the gloves out of it, and we can do it. Bare knuckle.
Yo, Brian, we're gonna do bare knuckle wheelchair boxing. we'll let you announce it.
Oh, I can't wait. So great.
I don't know if I could do without gloves, man. I mean, I can act tough and say,
I don't
let's
I
do
don't
it.
really know.
Let's do it.
I don't really know if two people with confirmed, brain conditions should be hitting each other in the head. That's probably not advisable. I'll have to check with my neurologist, but I'm pretty sure he won't be on board for it.
I don't think that's a good idea, bro. You're right. Someone told me if you hit your head, it I can't. I'm not saying that word. It's pushes your MS out even more.
That could be
Someone
true.
or when you have a head trauma, whatever, that's when your
Hmm.
MS gets exposed.
Ah, okay.
From anyway, I don't know if that is legit. Wow, that was the first time I said anyway. Was it?
It's been a while, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
All
So
right.
I
So,
think
we've answered a lot of questions today. These
I
were
think we're good.
burning questions brought to the people by the genius of Chat GPT.
Mhm.
It's crazy to me to think that there are future leaders of our countries who are doing research papers and presenting arguments that they have copy and pasted from this exact program. Yep, we're doomed.
It's taking jobs from people too, right? Like
Yeah,
artists,
yeah.
because you can actually create stuff through this.
Hmm. Well, they had that was the big strike down here with the Actors Guild and the writers. They made a really good point. Like there are some people who have enough of their voice, including us. There's enough of our voices on the internet that somebody somewhere could make new episodes of this exact show with our voices from what we've already said without us involved at all. That's scary.
It's not easy though. These are paid programs.
Right. Yes.
It's
No,
not
it's not anybody can do it.
accessible.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But it will be. You give it another 5, 10 years max, I'm sure.
Yep.
I'm not going to get into this, but when we had our guests the last show,
Mm-hmm.
I asked GTP, like, hey, give me some questions that are decent questions that are out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
And what it did is it created a whole show
Yeah.
with the guests. No, no, I'm talking about it gave me a whole script for the host, for the co host, and for the two guests.
Wow.
Dude, it gave me a whole script. I'm like, no, no, I
Wow.
didn't want a script. So, and it was a good script. If I read, I'm not going to read it now. It's long, but reading it, I'm like,
how did the intro sound?
okay, let me read
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Read the intro.
Welcome back to our special Valentine's Day episode of the podcast, where we explore the beauty and challenges of love while we navigate the journey of living with multiple sclerosis. I'm your host, Terry, and today we have an extraordinary guest returning to join us once again. I did it for this one.
I got you. Go ahead.
Again, my incredible girlfriend, Katrina. And then applause and cheerful greeting. Yay.
Applause. Yay.
And then the host again. It's an absolute pleasure to have you back on the show. Our previous conversation was filled with insights and inspiration, and I'm grateful to continue this dialogue about love, resilience, and living with MS on this special day.
Wow. Terry,
Since your last, yeah, go ahead.
that sounds exactly like how you talk to Katrina. That's amazing.
Bro, and then tells me what she should say. Thank you for having me back on your show. Our journey continues to be filled with moments that reaffirm the strength of our love. And dude, I was like,
Wow.
oh, it did a whole like conversation between us. Like, dude, like 2 pages long.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. You sound just like that there.
All right, let me end the show with and to all our listeners, thank you for joining us on this heartfelt episode. May this Valentine's Day be a reminder of the power of love, resilience, and connection. No matter the challenges we face, wishing you all a day filled with love and warmth. Dude, I'm addicted to Chat GPT after this.
It's a fun tool.
It is.
It's
It is.
it's sometimes comically off base, but it did a good Valentine's intro.
Yeah, oh my God, it was perfected. I didn't use it, but
Yeah, yeah.
I was astonished, man. I'm like, my God.
Uh, we had a good run, Terry. We're doomed though. This is only gonna get better. It's only gonna get better, more accurate.
For sure. Awesome. Well, man, I hope you have a good week.
Yeah, you too. That was
And
fun. We should do more
yeah,
Chat GPT stuff.
agreed. Agreed. We should bring in a guest and, go through this whole chat GP with somebody else
Hmm.
as well. Like we're gonna bring Lauren back in here.
Yeah. Is he up next?
And he's really excited. We don't have a scheduled date with him, but we'll randomly just bring him in.
All right. Very cool.
Yep.
Well, brother, it's cool hanging out. Everybody
Yep.
listening, you know how to reach us. Please interact, comment, get a hold of us, tell us your stories. You want to be on the show. We're always looking to talk to new people.
And guys, don't forget we have a YouTube thing out there. It hasn't been populated yet. We are going to. So
Mhm.
please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's at 40 below zero. Really easy to find.
Sure. All right, brother. Talk to you soon.
All right, man. Take care. So check us out at 40belowzero.com. That's 4 letter T below zero.com. Or feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. Our email address is info at 40belowzero.com. Our personal Instagram account are for Nix, it's Nix underscore V713. Or for Terry, it's what's underscore MS. Awesome. Looking forward to hearing from you guys. We'll talk soon.